All right, what's going on YouTube? So, I'm here at my buddy's indoor range. We have the Ransom Rest here, where we've got the SDS Yukon C10 10mm in here. We're testing out. We got a bunch of hand loads we're going through. We got a bunch of factory loads we're going to be going through. This thing is really sweet. We're measuring velocity with the Garmin, and we're at 15 yards, seeing how it shoots. So I'm going to get through and do all the testing, and I'll have results after. All right, so you saw the intro to the video where I was shooting this in the Ransom Rest. That thing is amazing, by the way, guys. If you're looking for something to test for hand loads or see what your pistol's capable of and want to take out the shooter, that's a great way to do it. And at 15 yards, it's a really good way. So, it's testing the TIOS SDS 10mm C10 Yukon. This pistol, it is actually a very, very, very nice pistol. For the money, it's kind of hard to beat for a 10mm. I was very pleased with it. Comes with a couple mags. Let's go over how it did though. So first off, I shot some 140 grain cast bullets. These guys right here. Started with that, and then we went to, oops, as I rip the target, the 155 grain XTPs, these guys right here, and then we did some Spear 90 grain TMJs, total metal jackets, and then we went to the 200 grain XTPs, which are these guys. So we did load development with those, and then we did some factory ammo testing with it. So let's get into and start looking at results here. I'm pleased. I'm a little shocked how some of this stuff did, but it didn't do too bad. So first off, our group here is a 1.55 inch group, and these are the 140 grain lead cast bullets using accurate number 5, 8.7 grains, and our average velocity was 1,165, standard deviation of 28.5, and ES of 77.5. And there's our min and max down below. So that's with accurate number 5. Not terrible, but not great. Inch and a half group. Oops, I didn't mean to kick the bipod there. Let's adjust it back. All right, there we go. And then so going into our next group, it's 2.04. You know, that shot got kicked out. This was the first shot. Oh, also, I did do 20 shots to settle that the pistol into the Ransom Rest, so that's good. So we know it's all settled in. Accurate number 5, 9.3 grains, with an average velocity of 1239. There's your min and max. Standard deviation of 13.4, and an extreme spread of 37.2. So not bad for accurate number 5 with that. Now let's go on to same bullet, pretty good group, a 1.02 group, 5 shots. This was all at 15 yards. Some of these I wrote 15 yards here and sometimes I forgot. And so this was with accurate number 7 with 10.8 grains, average velocity of 1182, and then there's your high and low, standard deviation of 36.4, extreme spread of 88.1. So that's kind of gross, but you know, as you can see, we kind of got a little bit of vertical stringing here, but that's not bad. And then on to the next one where it gets yucky. 3.6 inch group, 5 shots, 15 yards, same bullet, accurate number 7 with 10.8 grains of powder, average velocity of 1267. There's your min and max. Standard deviation of 21.1, extreme spread of 58.7. So, in my opinion, that's kind of what you're seeing here with the extreme spread. All right, now on to the 155 Hornady XTPs. So, first group there, 2.52 inch group. Once again, first shot in the next 4. We used blue dot with 11.5 grains, average velocity of 1264, standard deviation of 23, extreme spread of 56. So a little bit of vertical stringing there. And here we go. It got a little bit better. Same bullet, same powder. And this is a 1.13 inch group, 5 shots, Hornady the 155 XTP. Blue dot, 12 grains of powder, average velocity of 1312, standard deviation of 10, extreme spread of 24. So that's going to get more what you kind of want to see. So the blue dot there performed well. And remember, this barrel is about an inch shorter than a standard 1911. So it's gonna be a little bit, not much in velocity shorter, but a little bit. So here we go, same bullet, but here we're using Winchester 231 with 7.2 grains. And our group size is basically just at 1.5 inches. So 1.49 inch group with average velocity of 1212, standard deviation of 6.1, and extreme spread of 16.6. So that's really good. Once again, all this is done in the Ransom Rest, so it takes the shooter out of the equation. What's really interesting is, look at the point of impact on this group. And the only difference was the charge weight. The other one shot up here, and these shot way down here. So it's the Hornady 155 grain XTPs, Winchester 231, 7.6 grains, of average velocity of 1274, and a standard deviation of 6.7 and ES of 20.3. So the blue dot did really good when it came to standard deviation and extreme spreads, but that last group there is pretty bad. So here we go, 155 grain again, and we got a 0.9 inch group at 5 shots, and that is with a Line Power Pro pistol, and I believe that says 19 grains. Double check. If you're going to use my load data, you need to double check. Do not go copy my load data. Average velocity no, that is not 19 grains. That is 9 grains. Sorry, my bad. 9 grains of powder because that's pistol there. So 9 grains. 19 grains would be way too much. That would have been crazy. So 9 grains. Average velocity of 1297. Standard deviation of 12.3. Extreme spread of 37. That's really good. That's really, really good. It's gonna have 15 yards. So here we go. I got these two targets mixed up. So this is actually the lower charge weight. This is 8.1 grains of power pistol, and you got a group of 2.21 of 5 shots, standard deviation of 10.6, and extreme spread of 26. And then moving on, this is the Spears Full Metal Jackets, average group size of 2.06 and 5 shots. First shot, the next 4. It's very interesting, this pistol kind of did that. And so we used Ramshot Silhouette of 7.6 grains, an average velocity of 1044, standard deviation of 4.8, and extreme spread of 13.2. That is really good. Too bad that wasn't up there. Otherwise, you know, this might be a really good load to play with just for some plinking stuff. Cheaper bullet. And then same bullet, same powder. Group opened up quite a bit here. 2.18 inch group. And we used the Ramshot Silhouette of 8.1 grains, average velocity 1100, standard deviation of 4, and extreme spread of 12.1, which is pretty crazy because you see, I mean, like, you got quite a bit of a group there difference. But yeah. So here we get into the 200 grain 40 XTPs, and this group is a 1.32 inch 5-shot group using accurate number 9, 12 grains of that at 1086 average velocity, standard deviation of 5.1, extreme spread of 13.7. So that is also good. Accurate number 9 is a great 10 mil powder. And then on to the next one here. A 1.7 inch group, 5 shots, 15 yards, same bullet, same powder, accurate number 9, 12.5 grains, average velocity of 1129, and then your min max like we've been seeing. Standard deviation 9.8, extreme spread of 23.1. So really, you could load that up and shoot that all day too. Definitely some in here that you wouldn't want to copy and you can go back to, but there's definitely some that shoot really bad and some that shoot pretty good. So here we go. We've got same bullet, but this is with CFE pistol. We've got a 1.54 inch group, and then we're using CFE pistol and 6.2 grains, average velocity of 10 1009, your mid and max right there. Standard deviation of 3.6 and an extreme spread of 9.9. That's really good. That would have been awesome if that would have been a little tighter, but I'm pretty pleased with that. And then here we go. Here's even more impressive to me. First shot, and the next one's all right here. It's almost like this pistol sometimes wants to be a little warm and then it groups. I know it's not because it's settling. The pistol has already been settled. You know, pistol's not been out of the rest, and now it's had all these rounds through it. But we get a 1.69 inch group, Hornady XTP, 200 grain, CFE pistol, 6.8 grains, average velocity of 1064, standard deviation of 3, and extreme spread of 7.9. That's outstanding. That, so far out of factory, I mean the hand loads, this is probably what I would end up choosing. This or maybe the blue dot or the powder pistol, but I think this is where I would probably lean. All right, on to factory ammo here. So 15 yards. Here we have the Norma NXD 93 grain bullet, which is this stuff right here. The box stated velocity says 1748. We also got a 1.7 and 7/6 inch group. Average velocity was 1716, so a little slower. But that's understandable. Barrel's a little shorter. Standard deviation of 3.5 and extreme spread of 6.7. That's outstanding for factory ammo. That is outstanding. That's also a very good group. Once again, first shot, the next 4. So very interesting. That's really good in my opinion, especially at 15 yards. All right, so now we get into the Honey Badger. This stuff here, I don't know if that has a picture. Let's go ahead and take it out. Maybe. This stuff is pretty cool. So it's got like that 4-point prong thing. It's kind of cool. This stuff is just wicked on gel and jugs and stuff like that. So Black Hills ammo, Honey Badger, and this is a 115 grain. And so that's how it shot, a 1.92 inch group. Not terrible. I would actually probably carry this stuff just how this is. I would be totally fine with that. I did not see a stated velocity on the box, but we got an average of 1604, standard deviation of 13.3, and an extreme spread of 31.8. So it's kind of cool. You can actually see where it was breaking through the paper as that thing was like spinning and turning. You can see little points of it, so it's kind of cool. So Black Hills ammo, it's all good in my book. So here we go. We've got the Hornady, which is this stuff right here. 180 grain XTPs. This I was trying to get maybe some 180 grain 10 mil. I could not, so I could kind of maybe try to duplicate this. This is the custom stuff that they got. This is actually pretty good as well. This did not shoot that great through this pistol, which it is what it is. A 2.28 inch group, not all ammo is going to shoot fantastic through everything. Hornady Custom 180 grain XTP, box velocity of 1275. I got an average of 1237 and standard deviation of 12.2 and extreme spread of 13.8. This isn't terrible. It's kind of interesting that you got a group here and then a second group here. But this one probably wouldn't be my choice so far for the 10 mil, for this pistol at least. I've got more 10 mil pistols. I'm definitely going to be trying it in. See how it shoots. And then on to the next one. We've got 5 shots with the ammo ink, which is, of course, the one on the very bottom. This stuff right here, it's just a metal, total metal jacket. But this stuff actually shoots pretty dang well. First shot, once again, way up here. And then the next 4, which is pretty interesting. 2.9 inch ammo ink, ammo incorporated, 180 grain, 12 mil jacket, muzzle, box muzzle velocity, they say 1190. I got 1122, and with your mid and max, and your standard deviation is 6.6 and extreme spread of 17.6. If you wanted just to go buy some plinking ammo for your 10 mil, this stuff would work really well. This is actually relatively cheap stuff. I think I was only like 32 bucks for a box of 50, which is really good. Maybe it was 42, but really good buy. As you can see, pretty consistent, not too bad. So that would be probably a good recommendation for some plinking factory ammo. And then the next one here, we're running the 180 grains. These, I really like this stuff. This stuff performs amazing. I should have grabbed some of the bullets that has been shot in gel and in water jugs, because these things expand really well. Overall, just a really good bullet. Norma makes good stuff 90% of the time, so it looks like that. Expands very well. They actually expand really well into the mats that they shoot, that I shoot into in there. So I have a bunch of horse mats in there, which slows down the bullet and causes it to tumble, and expands really well in there. So this one shot pretty good for some defense ammo. 2.11, 5-shot group, 15 yards. Totally fine with that. Norma's a jacketed hollow point, 180 grain. Box velocity stayed at 1224, and we got an average of 1148, standard deviation at 8, and extreme spread at 24. So quite a bit slower than what they say, but once again, this is a shorter barrel. So, and all my testing was done with my Garmin chronograph sitting at the muzzle. So here we go. Here's the next one. Here's the Nozzler. I keep doing this to myself. Nozzler 200 grain. Let's just move those to the next one. Here's the Nozzler 200 grain defense bonded. This is really good stuff. If you're gonna carry some stuff, this wouldn't be a bad idea. This stuff performs pretty well too. So that's this stuff we're getting into right here. There's the 5-shot group, a 1.47 inch 5-shot at 15 yards. Nozzler 200 grain bonded jacketed hollow point. Box velocity says 1,000. We averaged right at 994, which is funny. You see the minimum 986, the max 101. So it's really dead on with what they say. A standard deviation of 5.5 and an extreme spread of 14.5. And I'm thinking probably for defense ammo, this is probably what I would carry out of this stuff that we're seeing. But let's get into the Remington Core Lock, which is this stuff right here. We all know what a Remington Core Lock is. It's one of the most, prolific things for hunting in the woods. But it's a hollow point, and it's Core Lock hollow point apparently. So that there. Very interesting vertical stringing. This was very, very weird. What's weird is it wasn't like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So like it wasn't like every single one kept climbing. So it's kind of interesting. We got a 1.75 inch group, 15 yards. Remington Core Lock, 200 grain. Box velocity said 1110. We got 1100. Average standard deviation of 4. Extreme spread of 12.2. This I probably will do some more testing going down the road. I'm curious to see if the results repeat like this. It's very interesting. I've kind of never seen that before. Usually, like at 100 yards, 200 yards, what you're seeing here would be your extreme spreads numbers would be higher, so you're seeing it kind of wander. Obviously, that's not the case here, but that's pretty interesting to me, because here was your first one, and then second, third, fourth, fifth. So interesting. All right, on to the last one here, which is, I don't have any more, otherwise I'd show you. This is the SIG Elite, the 200 grain jacketed hollow point. This stuff is also outstanding. This stuff is really good for self-defense. As you can see, the group right there of 1.39. So I'd be torn between that SIG and probably this stuff for carrying, or the Honey Badger, because I do like the speed from the Honey Badger. I do like the style of bullet. So let's get back to this. Sorry, I got distracted. A 1.39 5-inch 5-shot group, 15 yards. It's the SIG 200 grain jacketed hollow point. Muzzle velocity, they say, at 1050. We got faster. We got 1077 with our minimum still over their box velocity. So that's cool to see that you're getting hotter than what they report. And standard deviation of 5.5 and extreme spread at 15.6. So that being said, I am pretty happy with how this pistol shot. The pistol, I believe, retails for like $700. I believe you can find it cheaper places. And it's a pretty nice pistol, and it shot pretty well in that Bond. I mean, that Ransom Rest. I think if I had one complaint about this pistol, I have a hard time seeing at distance this through this and seeing my target. I don't know if it's just me and my eyes, but as you can see, that looks pretty good right from there. But as I get further on, 10, 15, 20 yards, I have a hard time seeing that. That could just be my eyes. But you know, the rear sight can be replaced. The grips are nice. The trigger's nice on this. It's smooth. I had one malfunction the whole time through it, and I've got 500 rounds through this thing so far, and it's shooting well. So if you're looking at getting one of these, the Yukon 10mm C10s, I would, and you want to keep it under $800, price range between $500 and $800, this would be a great option for you. Nice pistol, easy to carry, and it also looks good. So, all right, guys, I think that's going to do it. The video is long enough. If you've watched all the way through, I greatly appreciate it. Stay tuned. We'll have more stuff coming up. I appreciate everybody's been hanging by and watching. I hadn't posted in a few weeks. I've been crazy busy with work. Also just found out I'm going to Africa end of August for hunting. I'm going prairie dog hunting in Wyoming next month, so life has just been really busy. Work life, this life, family life, and stuff like that. So appreciate everybody hanging in there, and I'll catch you guys later. Thanks.